This video couldn't happen without those you supporting me on Patreon, including the big patrons of this month, the Nerd Therapist and Xavius. Has the region for Generation 8 just been revealed? Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here, and last night, or possibly the day before, depending on when this is getting out to you, Duncan Can't Die, as his new YouTube channel name is, made a video revealing the region of the Generation 8 Pokemon games, where it's going to be based off of in the real world. Duncan, for full transparency, is a friend of mine. We know each other. We see each other at events a lot of times, a couple of social things. I was on one of his free-for-alls, and I did very well, despite not knowing what I was doing. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link to Duncan's video down below. And I have something to say about this video. First of all, Duncan seems very, very sure in himself. So far so as to title the video by saying it's a spoiler. It's not just like a rumor, it's not just a leak. According to him, this is an actual spoiler. And to his credit, he seems so sure in himself that he says that if he's wrong, he will be giving away $500+ on his YouTube, on his Twitter, on his Twitch. So it's a win-win for everyone. If he's right, great, he gets bragging rights. And if he's wrong, someone wins a bunch of money. And in the meantime, we get to just speculate and think about a cool Pokemon UK region, which, by the way, me and Mr. Buddy have actually already done. Mr. Buddy did an update to that video, and it was a very cool video. I will also be linking to Mr. Buddy's video below if you want to see a full speculation on what a UK region would be like. And as to my opinion on this, I believe Duncan. As I say, I know Duncan personally. We're friends. We're not the closest friends in the world. We don't talk every day, but whenever we do, I have no reason not to believe Duncan. And in fact, based on my experiences with him, when he's sure about something like this, as he said on his channel before, I didn't see any of his speculation stuff about Incineroar and Smash, but that seemed to turn out to be true. And he seems to say that he has a source, which of course he won't reveal because that person could maybe lose their job or maybe shouldn't be leaking information. And the great thing is, I don't feel like I'm leaking top secret information here because again, this is rumor, this is speculation, but it is rumor that I am inclined to believe. Usually I don't believe rumors until it's on Cerebi.net because at that point it's not a rumor, it's confirmed. But yes, when it comes to a UK region, I believe Duncan. In fact, I believe him so much, I am also willing to put Duncan's money on the line. Seriously, go check out his channel. You might be able to win 500 quid at the end of it. Quid, see, British term. You're gonna have to get used to that if you go into the UK region. And of course, I'm excited because I live in the UK and I actually live close to so many of these cool landmarks. So many of the places that a UK region would have. Many of you know I am a London regular. I don't actually live in London, but I am there a lot. I went to university in London. And some of the areas closer to me, I mean, like Stonehenge is very accessible for me, for example. And Stonehenge has been agreed across Duncan's video, across Mr. Buddy's video, that Stonehenge, there's no way that if there was a Pokemon region that this wouldn't be a location. In fact, we've already seen a similar location in Geosenge Town in the Kalos region. And in fact, when Pokemon X and Y was wrapping up, they were talking about the train that you could get in Coroway Town, and some people speculated maybe you could get a train to a UK region. That is because, of course, Kalos is based off of France, and you can get the Eurostar from the UK to France. Many of you will be like, hang on a second, Toby, didn't we just talk about a UK? Didn't you just debunk a UK region? And no, I didn't debunk a UK region. To be clear, if we're getting a UK region, this isn't a hint. This is the map that appears in all the houses in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and lots of people have been saying it looks like the UK, and I mean, it doesn't, just doesn't, and I've done a whole video about that. And this puts me in an impossible situation because right here, as I'm making this video backing up Duncan, if Duncan's right, people are going to point to that map and go, Toby, you look like a butt. And if Duncan's wrong, they're going to point to this video and say, haha, Toby, you backed up Duncan, you look like a butt. So, I'm a butt. But I won't care because I will be a butt living in a region of the Pokemon world. And as we all know, I do like to travel from time to time and go to cool locations and you know, see real life Pokemon. Just feels like there's a very natural series coming up for me if the UK does turn out to be a region. I have in front of me a list of Pokemon that is about 100 strong of existing Pokemon that would fit perfectly into a UK region. So there's definitely the ground base of Pokemon that you could use. I'm not going to go through and list them. Again, I recommend Mr. Buddy's video on the topic. But on top of that, we have locations. We obviously have London, which has Big Ben. It has the London Eye. It has the, it's now called the O2 Arena, but it used to be called the Millennium Dome. Great place for a Pokemon League. We have Stonehenge, and right at the top, we have the Lake District. But on top of that, we've got characters that you can base Pokemon characters upon. King Arthur and the legendary Excalibur. Merlin, the greatest wizard of all time. I mean, we also have Harry Potter, but he's not actually English. Like, he is English, but he's fiction. I mean, I suppose so is Merlin, but like, I think they'd have an IP crossover issue with. Although, then again, Detective Pikachu is being done by Warner Brothers, so maybe Harry Potter, William Shakespeare, the Queen. I don't know why Queen would be in it, but I just, you know, always gotta hope. Robin Hood, Sherlock Holmes, although we already have Detective Pikachu also coming out this year. Could that be a hint? Detective Pikachu is Sherlock Holmes? Rhyme City, all of that filming, that was shot in London. And on top of that, the character I am most hopeful to turn up maybe as a mythological character in the region is St. George. St. George slayed the dragon. St. George's Day here in the UK, it's like a national holiday for two reasons. One, St. George's Day. Two, it's my birthday, 23rd of April. Don't forget it. So if the UK is a region and St. George is a thing and slaying dragon Pokemon is a thing, then just, I will definitely be doing a rebrand. And speaking of dragons, we've already talked about King Arthur, St. George, and they were dragon slayers. Other legendaries on the royal coat of arms, you've got the unicorn. We haven't had a good unicorn Pokemon in a while. A lion, which as Duncan mentioned, we have just had a lion legendary. So maybe a lion something else. There are the hounds, the black dogs. You might have seen them in a Sherlock episode, but a big part of English folklore are these black dogs that roam the countryside of England. There's actually also supposedly wild cats, like big black cats that also roam the countryside, or, you know, that's one of those kind of mythological things that's in the UK. If it's not just England in this UK region, and there's Scotland as well, and the other areas, of course, you've got the Welsh dragon, you've got the Loch Ness monster, and a creature I've already done a Fakemon video about recently, the Basilisk, or Cockatrice. I want to see a Basilisk/Cockatrice Pokemon so badly. I think it would be really, really cool. Obviously, at this stage, we have no official announcement. We have nothing more than Duncan's word. And while you as a viewer might not use that as enough to go on, that's absolutely fine. I'm actually going to prepare myself for an idea of doing a UK trip around. In case I need to film a special series, I'm just going to keep in mind that might be something I have to do, because I am going to take Duncan's word for it. I believe him, and at the very least, fun video speculating on a UK region. If not the UK, where would you like to see the next region based off? I have heard of hints of Greece. I know Hoops and Hip Hop has done a video on that. Also, now is the time to look back at Let's Go Put Pikachu and Eevee and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and look for those hints. Is there anything pointing to the UK? You know, other than that map that is not the UK. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, in my next video, my hair is going to be much, much longer because of the way that haircuts work and filming and editing works. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and of course, soar high, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a